Good morning, everyone. Good morning to you. This is Gail Dudley with your news in motion. Today is Monday, June the 14th, 2021. How are you today? Come on in the room, people. Come on in the room. Good morning. Good morning to all of you. I'm trying to make sure I connect with you all on each. So there you are. Good morning, Stephanie Burbridge Hall. Good morning, Jeffrey Allen James. Good morning. Good morning to you all. Good morning. Good morning to my sister, Patricia Lyles. Good morning, Gracie. Good morning to all of you. Good morning, people. Good morning, Cherie. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Kenny Stanley. Good morning to you. Good morning, Lori Wallace. Good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. How are you this Monday morning? Good morning, Kenya Noel. Good morning, Deborah Sneed. Good morning to all of you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is Monday morning. It is Monday morning. So, if you're seeing what's happening, I got a funny for y'all, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. Good morning to everybody. Good morning, good morning. So, how was your weekend? Let me know how your weekend is. Let me know about your weekend. So, just put in the chat what you did this weekend. Kenny Stanley, tell your beautiful bride, Kelly Stanley, I will watch that documentary. I have to be in the mindset for certain movies and documentaries. Oh, Kenya said, great weekend. Good. That's good. Good to hear. Good morning, Latrice Jones. Good morning. You love this necklace? I got this from a paparazzi consultant by the name of Latrice Jones, who also supports autism. I'm a part of Team Isaac. So you may want to contact her. Good morning. Good weekend, Patricia Lyles. Good for you. Good morning, Yvonne. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yeah, we have a lot of news to cover. Good morning, Shirley Nicholson. Good morning. But I thought I would give y'all a funny first. So, um, so the lighting looks pretty good, right? Y'all agree, disagree? Let me know what you think about the lighting. And I had been, good morning, Donita. You had a great weekend, spent it with your granddaughter. That's good. Lori says, wonderful weekend, created some amazing pieces of art for your art show next weekend. Good. And spending time with God. Well, Yvonne, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, thank you. I purchased this particular piece from Latrice Jones. She's a paparazzi consultant, and a part of the proceeds go to autism awareness. As you all know, she came and talked on the show once, and her son Isaac is autistic. Am I saying that right, Latrice, or has autism? I want to correct her because she taught us on that, so I want to make sure I'm saying it correctly. Weekend was pretty good. Graduation Sunday to celebrate all graduates. Good morning, Davia. Good morning, Judy Neal and Stephanie and Regina and Kim Keels. And good morning, Deborah Johnson. Good morning. Good morning to my biological brother, Louis Purdy III. Good morning, Pastor Alex. Good morning. So here's a funny real quick, then we'll go to the intro. So my husband has been trying to get me to change some of the lighting. And I was like, no, I'm used to what I have. Don't change it. We're good. And so we were going back and forth. And like in my studio is also my office, so it's also my writing space. And sometimes it can be a little much when I'm trying to write and get articles out and to submit and so forth. He said, let me just fix your lighting. I was like, no, just leave it alone. Well, Saturday I was out having a Gail day all by myself because I had a migraine basically all day on Friday. And so when I come back in and I happen to go put something in my office, because I never really go in my office on the weekend, I see that he changed the lighting. And I was like, daggone it. And I was like, I had a great day, a worshipful day. I'm not going to deal with it. Good morning, Terry Davis. Not going to deal with it. Everything's cool. Everything's all right. I'll just deal with it later. So I kind of like said on yesterday, I said, hey, I see you changed the light. I said, but I think I'm going to just wait and see which one I think is going to work better. So I'll let you know later today. Well, yesterday I never got to even deal with the lights. So this morning I said, oh, let me try this light. Y'all, I was like, it's good. It's good. And he just looked at me. He said, you got something to say to me? No, babe, just want to say thank you. Thank you for what you, and it literally removed a really big, massive light out of the way so that I can now have more room and space to write. Sometimes you just have to give, right? Sometimes you just have to give in. So, y'all, let's do what we do and let's get started. So we have a lot of news today, but let's start with our quote. Our quote is from Ruby D, which says, "The greatest gift is not being afraid to question." I love that quote of Ruby D. Again, the greatest gift is not being afraid to question, which means, y'all, we should be asking questions. We should not be afraid. We should not be afraid to question, not at all. Y'all, for those of you who drink bourbon, happy National Bourbon Day to you. Yep, that's the day, whatever that is. Y'all, did y'all know? Team, gotta give this up to the team, and trust me, they know. Do y'all know that all bourbon is whiskey, but not all whiskey is bourbon? I didn't know either because I don't drink it, okay? But for example, whiskey made in Scotland is called Scotch. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. And then also Kentucky produces 95% of all bourbon. Kentucky produces 95% of all bourbon. I'm really curious to know. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? That sounds good, Judy. What you did this weekend, that sounds real good. Oh, yes, Davia. Yes, I should know that you know this answer. Y'all, Davia is a mixologist. I'm just going to name her. She's probably like, I know I'm not. But we're going to have her. And I'm thinking about the celebration day. So Davia, be thinking about if you're around the 22nd. That's a Tuesday. Where she's going to like whip us up some mimosas. So I'm going to bring her on the screen if she's available. And she's going to whip us up some mimosas. But I should have known that Davia knew that. Jeffrey Allen James said, yes. Kim Edmondson said, happy Bourbon Day. Y'all, yeah. Who knew? I didn't know. And the team was like, and I was like, how y'all know about bourbon? They're like, don't, just put that in there. I was like, okay. All right. Y'all, I had the pleasure when I went to Israel. You know, when you have, you know, when they're vetting you, they find out all kinds of stuff about you. And trust me, they vet you. And so I had the opportunity to go into their parliament area. Yep, I was on the floor while they were negotiating back in 2018 or 2019. I think it's 2019, where they were passing bills and laws and things like that. So I was there. It's called the Knesset. And so I was in there. I was in the viewing room. I had the pass. They vetted me. I was able to go. I received an invitation to go. You know, when they vet you, they see all kinds of things about you. So they thought, you know, hey, she's in the politics, so let's invite her. So as of yesterday, Prime Minister Netanyahu was ousted from power as Israel's parliament by a single margin vote. Bennett is now in. The longtime reign of Benjamin Netanyahu officially ended on yesterday. So he officially ended on yesterday. Now, y'all, there's a lot behind that. And I was sitting back there talking about, ooh, I think the U.S. politics is interesting. I'm like, look at these politics. And trust me, we were, you know, everywhere you go, if you've never been to Israel, I encourage you to go. When you go into Jerusalem, everywhere you go, you have armed guards with you. And I'm talking about some serious machine guns. I mean, they were loaded. I got some pictures of that too. Maybe one day I'll share those with you. But, you know, it's funny because on one hand, I was like, I feel safe. But on the other hand, it was like, they can take me out. Nobody ever know. Not one person would know. And they would just be surrounding you when you're going places, depending upon how they vetted you and what they found out. And then there's a side story when we were departing. It was me and this other woman. We were departing because the other team had left and some had gone to other places. We were departing and our car got pulled over. And I said, oh man, this is going to be interesting. And the driver says, whatever you do, don't talk. I'm like, you ain't got to tell me twice. You don't have to tell me anything. I'm gonna be quiet. And they went through our clothes, they went through our luggage, and they were just kept looking at our passports, and they were in the back room checking us out. And they were like, okay, you're good. And I said, okay. And it never fails. It never fails. I always get the vetting question about my grandfather. And they said, what's your grandfather's middle name? And I said, he doesn't have one, but he made one up. And they were like, okay, you can go. So it's like I now tell my children, listen, they ever ask you about your great grandpa? He doesn't have a middle name, but he made one up. Isn't that right, my brother and sister that's on here? He made it up. And it's like I'm so glad I learned that about my grandfather, that he made up a name, but he doesn't have one. But it's on all the information. So anyway, y'all, he is out. He is out. He is out. The new person comes in. Now, I know you're probably saying, where's the t-shirt? I'm sure y'all asking that question. That's why I put on a white t-shirt and I try to pick up some of the colors. Let me show y'all what the t-shirts look like. The arm is a little bit different, but that's one of the mock-ups for, of course, women. That's another mock-up for the women. Again, the arm is different. The arm, the letters are going in another direction. That's a men's, and you can have it with the information on the sleeve or not. And here's another one of the men, and the women can wear this as well. So I just wanted to give y'all a sneak peek of what they look like since I was supposed to be wearing it today. And if you're wondering, why isn't she wearing it today? Because it never arrived to my home. And I've had a conversation with the business owner. I'm very funny. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When I use the word, when I say that I'm gonna give you my word that something's gonna happen, I expect it to happen. And y'all know me by now. I'm gonna always tell y'all the truth. And the shirt didn't show up. Shirt didn't happen. And I had a conversation. And now we're going to progress with the t-shirts, but the question is with whom? So y'all pray for me. Y'all pray with the team. And y'all, I'm a little bit more gracious than the team. Team's not as gracious as I am. I'm a little bit more gracious. I also contacted a friend of mine, a businesswoman, yesterday, and had the conversation. And trust me, my friend's not gracious either. She's gracious, but she wasn't gracious when it came to this. And this is what I want to say about that. Now, if we want to progress in doing the things that we do in business, yes, you're right, Kimberly Grace, business is business. We have to fulfill what we say we're going to do. Even down to, and this did not happen, even down to if I call you today and say, hey, can I get something tomorrow? You know, so I know it's last minute. Now, again, this was not the case with this. But if I said that and you say yes, I'm expecting that I get it tomorrow. And I'm a person, y'all know me on here. And I'm not telling you who it is. Y'all know me on here. I'm the person who will support a business. And I'm telling y'all all the time, support Black businesses. I'm changing that language. To say, and I still have a love for Black businesses. That's never going to go away. But I'm changing my language. I'm changing my language to support local, to support small businesses, and to support side hustles. I'm changing my language just a little bit. And hear me, I know I can be difficult to deal with. I'm just going to be very transparent. When I say difficult, I don't mean difficult that I demand things, but I am very detailed and I'm very particular. And I understand that everyone doesn't flow like me. I understand that. But because when I give my word, I expect everyone else who gives their word to follow through what they're going to do. That's just me. Sandra Rogers says, don't overpromise if you know you can't follow through. Girl, let me tell you. And my thing is, I don't want to get into the details too much. And again, I'm not trying to be mean, nasty, or anything like that. But you're so right, Sandra, because it's like you said, and here we are, and it's not here. Okay. So I'm like, okay, God, what do I do? Where do I go? What do I do? How does this work out? What does this look like? How much forgiveness do I give? because that's a part of it as well. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what the millennials said. They were like, and that their look alone was like, I was like, okay, let me see what Latrice is saying. We're pulling some of these in. We have to be secure enough in our business to honestly disclose our capacity for the work. You're right. If you want a customer who will analyze all areas of customer service, ask me. Ooh, Kim Grace, I'm calling you. I agree. Business is business, must follow through with business agreements. Yes, follow through. We're hearing this everywhere. Your word is your bond. And so I was like, what do I do? Because I know I promised all of you to come on here with a t-shirt today. And then my friend said, but you don't have it. So just what are you going to do? You're going to just give a little bit of information and you're going to show the images. So that's what I did. But we're still moving forward with the t-shirts, and we'll keep y'all posted. My goal is to have all these t-shirts assigned and out by the anniversary, which is the 22nd. That is my goal, not a promise. That is my goal. But I wanted to just share that with y'all again, to look at some of the images of them. That's the women. And again, the one down the sleeve, the wording down the sleeve is different. That's another one for the women. This can be woman or man there, women or man there. So I just wanted to show those to you. They look good. And the short sleeves will not have anything on the back, not unless you want a hashtag on the back. And then that will determine from there. All right, y'all, let's go on to other news. G7, bam, there they are. G7, image courtesy of Sky News. G7, the G7 is back, and they are on first name basis. Hello, somebody. We got Angela and Boris and Emmanuel and Justin and Mario and Yosahai. And you know, here he comes, Joe Biden. Boom. They are the Global Board of Democracy most exclusive club. Y'all, these are the 7 wealthiest nations stake their claim Sunday to leading the world. They're leading the world out of this coronavirus pandemic. Now, I want y'all to hear this. Please pay attention to these words. I'm going to read this as a direct quote from Reuters. Many of the promised doses will follow through COVAX, a global vaccine buying system backed by the World Health Organization. The G7, hear me. The G7 is targeting an end to the pandemic by when? Y'all, this date is important. And this is a date that came together with all scientists, with the World Health Organization, and the G7, the 7 most wealthiest nations in the world. Okay, listen. By December 2022, which should say something to you. And we were digging. I was like, this doesn't say 21. 2022. They're looking for a spike come this fall. Hello, somebody. Y'all better watch. Keep y'all's masks. Don't throw those masks away. Don't throw them away. Not just yet. Don't do it. Y'all, there's a plan. Maybe. Yeah, Vox is reporting along with Politico, The Guardian, NPR, AP, and others. That are there are many. This is a direct quote. There are many that are open to debate in America. This was Garland, Attorney General Garland on Friday. He goes on with his quote. He says, "But the right of all eligible citizens to vote is not one of them. The right to vote is a cornerstone of our democracy, the right from which all other rights ultimately flow." This was a speech that he gave. He gave a plan to protect voting rights and announced that the Department's Civil Rights Division would be staffing up an aid enforcement efforts. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. Why would it have to go to the DOJ, to the Attorney General to get this passed? Now, it's not passed yet. And they're hoping this will work. That also should tell all of us that Biden is working behind the scenes. Y'all don't want to do it through Congress? Let me find another direction to go. You should always have different directions, and start off that way. Have your backup plan. And we don't want to have to rely on a backup plan. We want it to go the plan the first time we get it. But every now and then we need a backup plan. He said, okay, let's see what's going to happen. So he goes on and talks about the Voting Rights Act of 1965. He talks about democracy. He talks about why are we even still here today. He put it on the table. So y'all should have put him on the Supreme Court when y'all had the chance. because then he wouldn't be talking about this. Now y'all done let him loose. See, sometimes we think we're blocking somebody or something. Yeah, y'all can fill that in. All right, y'all. Shooting in downtown Austin, Texas. It injures 14. Police believe that victims were unrelated to the shooter. Arrested a juvenile, and the second suspect is still at large. So, y'all, that's happening. That is happening. Y'all, Sony Music. Celebrity Access is reporting that Sony Music Entertainment revealed plans for the launch of a new initiative aimed at fostering artists that will drastically revise the label's policy for unrecouped balances. Y'all should really read in that. We'll put a link in there for you to check that out. They're like, we're not going to be collected. Normally, if the royalties don't come through where there's something that still needs to be paid or somebody fronted on the label, they can go and collect. Sony's like, we're not doing that anymore. We're done with that. Y'all, scandal. Now, this is a serious scandal. Y'all, the MLB, Major League Baseball. Yeah, I know what that is. Y'all, baseball pitchers have been accused of illegally applying what they call sticky stuff to baseballs to make them harder to hit. What? We paying y'all all this money, and you gotta fake the play? What? You gonna make it difficult? Yep, y'all, these substances, some of which are glue-like material used by world's strongest men competitors, allow the pitcher to increase the amount of spin they put on the ball. More spin, less contact. That's what they're doing. That is what they're doing, y'all. Major League Baseball, some, not all, but some. So I thought, wow, you get millions of dollars to fake it? Either you know how to pitch or you don't. Either you know how to hit or you don't. Why are y'all faking it? It's just, y'all, this world is strange. All right, sharing the glory. Now, I think this story right here is just, Y'all, 2 Black students won honors. Then the white parents, said, we want to recount. Yeah, that happened in Mississippi at West Point High School. Arikia Washington and Layla Temple have been named the 2021 valedictorian and salutatorian. I hope I said that right. Which is in a Mississippi school. But then the parents of the other students near the top of the rankings raised questions about who should be honored. Y'all know what happened? All that fight. Now they cold. So all 4 of them. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I was reading some of the articles, and one of the a father to one of the white students had been keeping his son's grade point average since 7th grade. I don't know about y'all. I looked at my children's school records. I wanted them to get the best, and they did. They were honor students. They were doing AP classes and all that, but I wasn't counting up numbers. I wasn't. And maybe I was crazy not to. Maybe I missed something, but I wasn't that parent. I wasn't that parent. So instead of, they went out and got the student handbook and all of this, and they went to the superintendent, who happened to be Black. The superintendent is Black, and said, well, yeah, you're right. We didn't follow our own rules, so let's recount it. Well, let's just share the count. Even the superintendent went to a teacher where one of the students did not turn in some grades or a paper or something and let them get those grades. What? They did not fulfill. They did not win. But okay, that's where we are. That's where we are. Y'all, the Justice Department Inspector General is to review Trump's administration's efforts, and I had to say his name, to obtain communication of House Democrats as part of a leak probe. What? Yep. Reports also say that the Justice Department subpoenaed records from the White House counsel, Don McGahn. What? Y'all, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Let me see what some of y'all saying. Kenny is saying they are just now bringing it to light, but pitchers have doctored baseball for years. That's just sad. That's sad. All right, y'all, ticket to space. Now I want y'all to hear this quote. Now I was going to make it in my own words, but I got to tell y'all this in a quote. It says, a yet to be identified auction winner has paid $28 million to briefly accompany Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos into space, according to reports on yesterday. Now, the reason I wanted to read y'all that quote, what do you mean briefly accompany Jeff Bezos? If you are in the rocket or the spaceship or whatever that's taking you to space, how are you doing it briefly? Y'all, that word bothered me. So I looked up other articles. I had the team, we were looking up and researching other articles. Briefly is in all the articles. So somebody gonna shoot out the tank or something? I'm really confused by that. But y'all, 28 million to briefly. The winner joins multi-billionaire Blue Origin's inaugural crew space flight. Say that real fast. Beating out more than 7,600 bids from almost 160 countries. Guess they really want to go to space, right? All right, bipartisan group of U.S. House members introduced 5 antitrust bills, which could force Amazon, Apple, Facebook, and Google to eventually change their business practices. Hello, somebody. So you keep doing that and you keep blocking people. I'm going to tell y'all about Amazon. I think I told y'all about this before. Y'all know I have 14 published books, 14 of them, 14. My books go through Ingram distribution that goes to all the other distributors in the world. Barnes & Noble, Walmart, Target, whatever. Okay, but get this. Amazon, if Amazon's books, with Amazon, your books have to be lower. They have to be the one that's lower than anybody else. I think I'm saying it right. So they push people to Amazon, which means your royalty, if you're an author, your royalty drops because you got to pay shelving fee, distribution fee, you got to pay a lot of fees so that when your royalty comes to you in that 90-day cycle, it's going to be little or nothing. So there have been times that Amazon will say, we're not going to put your book up until you make the other prices higher. Their thing is they always want to be the lowest price. And that's their platform. That's what they do. But finally, there's a bill out here that says you can't do that. You can't do that. And this all started in the garage, if y'all remember, with Jeff Bezos. But now there's this bill that's coming out like, no, y'all can't play like that because you're messing up the people. You're getting rich off of other people. And you're not being fair in the royalties to other people or the profit to other people. Yeah, we gotta do that. We gotta do that. Kim, what did you say? Kim said, what they're gonna say, you can shut me off right here. Stop the ship right here. Stop, let me off. And then how you gonna get there? They're gonna drop you in the water or what? So y'all, that's happening. So y'all, Bitcoin jumps more than $39,000 after Elon Musk states that Tesla will accept Bitcoin after miners use more clean energy. Now, Tesla sold 10% of the position to test the market. So y'all, remember when we all thought Bitcoin was a joke? Guess it's not. Y'all, making millions off of false information. Huffington Post is reporting there are influencers making millions dealing doubt about the coronavirus vaccine. That's happening. Yep. Anti-vaccine activists have long found a home on social media. And what they pretty much do, they sit out there and they have more than, this one particular couple has more than 1.6 million followers. And they're always putting out propaganda, false information. They're anti-vaxxers. And what comes out of this, they make money. So they've been making about an average of $25 million off of putting out false information or information that's going to get you to think about, or no, not just false information, but some of the information is just like, I'm only going to give you this much. I'm not going to give you the rest of it to make you think, I don't want to do this. So they have stopped this whole month of action. I mean, we're still out there doing this month of action for the coronavirus vaccine. Remember, we want to get to 70% of people having at least one dose, vaccinated at least one dose. Where there's people like these anti-vaccine activists who are making millions of dollars off of feeding information that's not helpful. So y'all, that's happening. All right, y'all, coronavirus recovery numbers, 28,400,132. Again, 28,400,132. The COVID-19 vaccine, Novax, has proven to be 100% effective. Y'all, Pfizer is only what, 94.6 or something like that, preventing moderate or severe disease. The question is it too late for the U.S.? Because all their money is going into Pfizer at this point. Into Pfizer. Yes, to me, I'm making money telling lies. Yep. Y'all, the FDA ordered Johnson & Johnson to scrap 60 million vaccines. That's a lot of money, a lot of product. Doses that were made at a contractor's troubled Baltimore plant. That's happening. That's happening. Y'all, every now and then I give free information on a company. But my team has told me that this month was the last month I was doing that. And I said, I have to show this today because y'all, these are the bomb.com. These are the cars from Nikki Burton, Kinks by Nick. Y'all, there's a set of 4. There's a set of 4. These cars are the bomb. And y'all, they are at the Columbus Museum of Art. They're at the Columbus Museum of Art. Demi, I got yours. They're at the Columbus Museum of Art. Y'all, these cards, when I went past the gift shop leaving, because I also went and looked at one of the exhibits. When I was leaving, there were so many people surrounding these cards. So hopefully she sells out soon. So I'm sharing this to share this next piece. Y'all, if you have a business, make sure you're doing more than just promoting it on social media. Seriously. Y'all, it's free to share. Just like I asked y'all to share News in Motion. It's free to share. Sometimes we don't share, and Josh, I don't know if he's on here today or not. Josh talked about this last week in the chat last week. Josh has a different show. And Josh and I, we support each other by sharing. We're 2 different type of shows. He has a niche, I have a niche. And Josh will drop the F-bomb too. Josh, know I was going to say that. But anyway, we're 2 different, but we support each other. Y'all, support is free when it comes to sharing. And we, as business people, we're going to start a business section on News in Motion. We're going to start a business section where we're going to give something about business every day. And we thought it was important, especially after what I already shared with you all about the t-shirts. And now with what I'm sharing here now. Y'all, support. So into people. Seriously, y'all. Now, I do believe that the person you so into, you have to be getting something from them. So, for example, you get the news. And y'all know now we're knocking on a year come the 22nd, next Tuesday. Has there ever been any fake news I shared on here? No. The whole relevancy is to not give you propaganda, but to give you relevant commentary and a call to action mixed with the inspirational message to really start your day. That's why we do 7:25 a.m. I'm not asking you to give me anything. I'm talking about business right now. I'm talking about business. Y'all, there are so many valuable businesses out here. We need to start tapping into them. Now, we should also have expectations of what we expect and what their customer service looks like and how we build together. Again, I'm changing my language. Y'all know I'm 100% behind support Black businesses. But after what I've dealt with for the last couple of weeks, I'm changing that to support small businesses, local businesses, and side hustles who are doing what they say they are going to do. So we're going to start a business section on News in Motion every day, just giving you some tips, some tidbits on what we could do. Yeah, they are beautiful, Demia. Yeah, support is free. You're right, Lori. Yes, no fake news. You don't get fake news here. You don't. So things that we're going to be doing here, and that's why the team says I cannot give, I'll throw out some highlights in a moment. I threw out the necklace this morning, but that's a different relationship. Latrice and I have a different relationship, so that's a little bit different. But anyway, and I don't mean relationship as friendship, although we are friends, we are sisters, but we have a business to business relationship also. Don't be afraid to say, you know what, I want to take out an ad, whether it's on News in Motion, whether it's on Straight Up, whether it's on 10 TV, whether it's on ABC, NBC, wherever. Y'all, don't be afraid to do that. Sometimes we want to hit the same group of people. That's not always best. And that's the conversation we've been having with some of these corporate sponsors we're talking to. They're like, well, y'all's following isn't really where we want it. We said, but we have people that you haven't dealt with. And these people go and share what's being said and what's happening. They go to their churches, they go to their sororities, their fraternities, they go to the barber shop. I said, so we're now even schooling these corporations. Don't cut us off because you see numbers, because those numbers are not giving you the true picture. So as you're doing business yourself, remember numbers do not necessarily give you the real picture. For the win, Ikeria Washington and Layla Temple. To those two amazing high school students, don't worry that you had to share the platform at the school. I know that probably ticks you off, but here you get the win by yourselves. We don't have the other two people. You get the win by yourselves, and we wish you well. We wish you success. We know you're going to soar and do great. When you go off to college, let them know that you have arrived. Go with boldness and confidence, letting everyone know. I may have shared this spotlight at the high school ceremony, but today I'm coming as my own, and I'm letting you know what I really have to offer. The inspirational message today is this: represent Jesus in everything that you do. Y'all know, I know we have people who are not followers of Jesus on here, but y'all still hang with me because y'all say y'all still get something every time you tune in. Y'all, you are a representative of Jesus. You are. So I say to God all the time, God, your name is on this. God, your name is on this. So Lord, if this is what you want me to say, if this is what you want me to do, just remember your name's on this. So if I fail, that's one thing. But God, you can't fail. You're not a failure. You're victorious. So your name's on this. So my goal is to always represent him. And I'm asking you to do the same. Y'all know what I say, everybody. Stay well and remember, make some moves.